to my channel. So for today's video, I have a demo slash first impressions slash review slash battle of the products. Two products that I wanted to talk to you guys about. So one is the actual product that I have to show you guys that I've used before, and then the other one, a dupe that I found for you guys. And today on camera, we're going to find out whether it's actually a dupe for the product or if you're better off just getting the product itself. So let me just start off by mentioning to you the product that I'm talking about, or the product that we're going to be duping, the Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's super beautiful, like rose gold packaging. You get a mirror and then you get your two products here. This is the bronzing contour shade, and then this is the highlight shade that you get there. I'm sure you guys have heard people talk about this before. Tons of huge YouTubers have mentioned this before, and this has been a product that's been very popular probably the past year or 2 years max. You get 0.56 ounces of product in here. I got mine from Nordstrom's, and this little puppy retails for $68, which is kind of a lot of money. Everybody swears by this, but I'm like, okay, I kind of got sucked into it, picked it up. And now the actual dupe that I found for you guys is from a brand called W7. I think I've seen this in like Walgreens. Otherwise, I know it's big in the UK and stuff, but I picked mine up from Amazon. This is the W7 Hollywood Bronze and Glow. Obviously, it's not rose gold packaging. When you open it up, you do get just like a little sliver of a mirror. I don't know what that's really gonna do, but then this is the actual product. You have your bronzing contour shade, and then you have your highlight shade here. This product contains 2.1 ounces of product on here. And are you guys ready to hear the price for this? I paid $4 on Amazon.com for this product, but I know that on the actual UK website, it's like £6. I want to say that's the same equivalent, but I'm not 100% sure. So that's a huge difference. And if we look at them in comparison, obviously the packaging is a straight win for Charlotte Tilbury. The mirror is a straight win for Charlotte Tilbury because you get a lot more. Just based on the face, though, the Charlotte Tilbury is a little bit, it has almost like a little bit more of a golden kind of sheen to the highlight, whereas this one looks a little bit more nudie, kind of beige. And the sculpting powder on the Charlotte Tilbury looks just a little bit lighter, maybe a little bit more neutral toned than this one here. They have the same kind of shape emblem in them too. Getting into demo, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury on this side, and then I'm going to use the W7 on this side. And I'm first going to go in with my NARS Ita brush on the Charlotte Tilbury, and then when you put your product in, you get crazy amounts of fallout. So I'm going to start here and just work it down and blend. It does pull off a little bit more of a warm tone. But you saw that one application was enough to contour with and bronze. Once I have cleaned off my brush, I'm going to use the same brush so there's no different technique application, and then I'm going to go into the W7 one. And this one doesn't have as much fallout as the Charlotte Tilbury one does. Looking at them both, it looks like they both have a little bit of gold fleck in it. The Charlotte Tilbury is barely noticeable on the pan, but I can notice it more on the W7 one. So we're going to do the same thing. Just contour here, blend out. So this is the W7 bronzer product, and then on this side we have the Charlotte Tilbury. Honestly, just on first impression, what I can see in my mirror here and what I'm seeing in the viewfinder, they actually look very, very similar. Like, I feel like you can't really tell that they're two different products. The Charlotte Tilbury is a little bit more pigmented still than the W7. I think the W7 is the same. W7 has shimmer in it. Like, the shimmer is a little bit more noticeable than the Charlotte Tilbury, but you still can't even notice it. Before I move on to highlight, I'm just going to add a little bit of blush to my cheeks. I'm going to go into the Becca Afterglow palette, and then I'm going to use this shade right here. This is Wild Honey, and I'm just going to use a little bit of that. We're not testing dupes for this one. I just like adding blush before I add highlight. So now to go into the highlight, I'm going to take my Sigma Tapered Highlighter F35 brush, and I'm going to do the same thing for both. This time I will go in with the W7 one first on this side, and then I will go into the Charlotte Tilbury on the other side. So Same thing here. You don't get that much of fallout. That's what it looks like. So I'm just gonna tap off some. And let's see. Still getting a nice glow, but it's not like a in-your-face highlight. You have texture around this area. W7 highlighter isn't like accentuating it or disturbing the makeup underneath. So it's a good highlight. It's just not really like that bright or that poppin'. So I'm gonna clean off my brush and then I'll be back to apply the Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, so now that my brush is clean, I'm gonna go back in with that same one and then I'm gonna go into the Charlotte Tilbury highlight. This one, like I said, you get a lot more fallout than you do in the W7 palette. Same thing. This one actually now applied on the brush looks a little bit darker than a W7, but let's see. Ooh. Okay. So this one, you can tell the difference in the highlighter. So the highlighter on this one, this is just one application and it's already a lot brighter than the highlighter here. And this is 2 applications, this is just 1. With 1 application, this one you're getting a lot more of a bam kind of highlight. You're getting a little bit more of that dewy kind of look and it's a little bit more golden than on this one. This is a little bit more beige and this one is a little bit more gold. This is the W7 side. Frontal view. And this is the Charlotte Tilbury side. I do have a little bit of texture that's happening around here, and this one isn't accentuating it any more than this one, but this one you could tell is a lot brighter than this side. All right, so that is it. So now my final thoughts. Is the W7 actually a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury one? Yeah, they're pretty much dupes for each other. So as you guys saw, the Charlotte Tilbury is more pigmented in the bronzer and it's a lot more pigmented and a lot more like glistening and glowy in the highlighter. But aside from that, that's pretty much the only thing. The Charlotte Tilbury actually produced a lot more fallout than the W7 one, but I do think that it's because the pigmentation is there more in this one than it is on this one. But overall, the shades are very, very similar. You can't really tell like shade wise that this side is a different product than on this side. The only difference, like I said, is that the Charlotte Tilbury one is more pigmented than this one. But overall, both of them blend out very nicely. Both of them are very buildable. Both of them sit nicely on top of the skin. And like I said, the shades are pretty much the same. The only thing is that you're gonna have to go in more times with the W7 and you're probably gonna have to wet your brush with like some Fix Plus or something to get that really glowy kind of highlighter. If you're on a budget or if you really want to try out the Charlotte Tilbury one but you just can't spend almost 70 bucks on it, I would start with this one. Alright, so that is it for today's video. I will have all the products that I'm wearing linked down below for you guys, including these 2 products. Alright, so that is it for today's video. I will have both of these linked down below for you guys in case you want to purchase one or the other or both. I will also have a list of what I'm wearing on my face, my lip color and all that stuff if you guys are curious on that. Let me know if you guys like videos like this, like dupe videos or like testing dupes and like their real products and stuff, because I have a bunch of dupes that I think you guys would really like and that are very, very similar to each other. But I want to know if you guys like seeing dupes or if you just want to see like a blog post on it or if you really want me to like test them out on camera for you guys. So let me know down in the comments below. Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, all that stuff is going to be linked down below for you guys, as well as coupon codes. Hope you guys save some money. Thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.